Now, you should be. I wanted to make a point of telling people I am thankful for everything that I have. I did come up on the rough side of the mountain, like my father said, because he's seen. I chose a sabbatical early in life. I went downtown Washington D.C. It was an accident. I went down there looking for a job with my cousin is a gospel singer, Myrna Summers, and she sent me downtown to get how to play the gospel piano from a guy named Ricky Payton, and that ended up not working out very well. I was the flunky in the theater, and they weren't paying me. I was starving. That's when I first found out what a soup line was. And I've actually found out that years ago, the people in the stores wouldn't give people the leftover food because of red tape. And they had to actually wash out the dumpster so that when the people threw the food in there, they could get it out without it being dirty. They took turns washing out the dumpsters. And actually, it was Miss Schneider's Second Indeed. You remember Martin Sheen played the role of Mitch Snyder of the homeless shelter, and they actually fed. In the movie they changed it around. They had a big dinner for the senators, and halfway through, when the senators were eating, they told them, "I hope you enjoyed the food, because we got it out of the garbage can. It's garbage," and they didn't say that in the movie. They cleaned it up in the movie, and these people were actually drain their blood and throw it on the buildings in protest. These were serious advocate people. As a matter of fact, I think this guy had a lot to do with the reformation. What do you call it? Fixing up bad neighborhoods, and it's a long story with that. I don't really know how that worked, but I do know that I was active with some of the people that are responsible for me actually living in this fancy building right now. It's a lot of high income people living right next door to me on my floor and in this building here. I never would. Here we go. Well, I did say that to say, be thankful for what you got. I did come up on the rough side. Like I told you, I decided to take a sabbatical and go down and live on the street after I got down there. It wasn't by voluntary. At first it wasn't. But then after I decided that way of life, I started pursuing my music career. Actually, when I got down there, it took me, I was playing the flute before I moved out on the street. And when I got out there, it took me a long time to even get $100 just to buy a flute, not knowing the ropes of the street, not knowing how to make money out there. And I was telling, I never told you the story when I rode a bicycle for years before I even started. When I went back to my church, I wasn't driving. I was riding a bicycle for that at least 6 years or 4 years before I even got a motor scooter. Then I got a motorcycle, and I ended up getting my driver's license. But it was plenty of times I was riding through the winter, through the snow. I had to ride in the car tracks, and people made a lot of cracks out of the mouth about during the windy season. The wind going to blow you off that bicycle. Ha ha. But they didn't realize it, being thankful for what you got. As a matter of fact, there were so many people that made comments about me riding bicycles. Once they saw how many different bicycles, I was a bicycle man in my neighborhood. That's another story. I don't want to keep rambling on. I say that to say I rearranged the studio, being thankful for what I have. Keep moving forward, keep changing things around. I got a little board there and rearrange stuff again. So what I'm doing here now is at my flower pot stand. I'm rearranging the flower pots. I studied the small house concept for years, so I value every space that I have here. Every bit of space is valuable. Here I have the. I'm going to show you around in a minute. But this is my flower pot stand here. I'm going to. Oh, you know what? I've been getting pops on my microphone too. I need to get back to try to find out how to get a better sound quality on this microphone. Usually, I tell you what happens. I'm going to get ready to cut this short because I want to show you something. Most of the time when people are, most of the time when people are doing a podcast, they're monitoring themselves. Just 1, 2, 3, just way up to. They're monitoring themselves and they actually have the microphone. Way down. They're monitoring themselves and they have the microphone right here and they have a lot of plugins on their microphone. I don't know how the volume is, but they have the microphone right in front of their face. You're actually supposed to have the microphone a few inches from you. Keep turning the volume down, trying to get it right. Test 1, 2. I can hear a little bit of my S's right now. Now this should be perfect right here. But I usually am talking and sat back and relaxing. Can't do that. I'm going to turn it up a little bit and move it away. I'm ready to work on my plant stand here. I just got my sewing machine needles from lost some needles on the way in the mail. I keep looking over here because my screen. I don't know what I'm looking like here. As you can see, I showed you my drum. You know, I was tempted to sell these drums. I do got an extra keyboard I think I can sell. Moving around here, bumping around. My drums. I got these from the salvage man. It's my rebel hat. And I have my rawhide. See, the light is coming through the window. This is a pretty nice webcam, though. But let me show you something real quick. Show you around before I really sign off. Look out the window. It's clearing up out there. So you can see the Capitol from my house. Streets are deserted. This is why I tell you the food trucks used to be parked out here. There's a couple of government buildings around here. For Mr. Muscles, he's run out of the store there. I wonder if he did. No, he don't live in my building. He's got a new car. Nosy man. Yes, I'm nosy. I got my mirrors on the side here so I can see down. I can't stick my head out the window. The window just opens up this far. Every morning I have to open up my window to get air circulation, or I need to get one of those things. I know there's a thing that help eliminate the electrical particles. I know I got all these monitors and computers in here and the Wi-Fi, G5 stuff. I know this isn't the healthiest environment in the world, but I'm rearranging my plants, trying to spread them out. Got one down there. This is really the plant stand. I want to rearrange that. I moved that table over against the wall the other day. That's a Korg D1. That's in perfect shape. I know I can get $500 for that. Easy. If you look at, I don't think you can find that for $500. And anyway, talking about money. Let's go to the, I'm ready to sign off in a minute. I just want to show you my sewing machine. Jumping around doing another lousy video. Famous for, I knocked Snoopy off. Famous for terrible videos. These not even videos, but live. Lousy lives. Got my sewing machine up and running. Bunch of needles. I didn't want to start sewing because I was afraid I was going to only have one needle. But I'm setting up in here. I have my Christmas songs here. My homemade chair here. I can sit here, have some back support. Ready for my Christmas stuff right here. Got the Christmas songs here. I can sell this computer too. The iMac. You know what? I'm going to go on and sell eBay for pickup. I got to do a little bit more research for eBay, how to pick up your sell your stuff and pick up. Let me go ahead and sign off here. I got you all dizzy. I'm all dizzy. Let me go ahead and sign off. Sorry for all the bumping around. But if you're a regular customer, you know what's going on. If you're interested in from practice to perfection, let me go ahead and sign off here. Here, ambulance. I know if I do audio, if I was singing in here, doing a session in here, I don't know the name of that group. What's that group that goes, "You drive me crazy"? Oh, oh, oh. They said they only took a couple of the recordings. They wouldn't edit. They did their music as it was, as it was. If it was in and also too, I remember that group that did doing that thing you do, doing that thing you do. I can't help doing that thing you do. In the background, they did that. They recorded that in the garage, and in the background they had a live animal in the background. You remember what animal? It was a cricket. It's the sound of a cricket. Or was it them doing that thing? No, that wasn't them. That was Jerry Lee Lewis. Or was it Jerry Lee Lewis? Jerry Lee Lewis. That one of their songs they recorded in the garage. And it wasn't Jerry Lee Lewis. It was another guy with the thick glasses. You remember that guy that played the guitar, the white guy, years ago in the 50s or the 60s, had their horn rimmed glasses. I'm gone. Peace out.